little bit of a retcon, and I've never done one before. So it has to kind of do with the time crunch. I know last session, I guess my vision and time sense of a couple of weeks translated to everything feeling very rushed, and that was not the intent. So we're just going to begin tonight kind of back at the meeting, just hit the rewind button, and we will pop back in there. Not like the whole beginning, but more probably around the time frame of when they were discussing the enemy forces starting to gather areas. So anything before a timeline was sort of set in place. And we'll go from there and see where that takes us. So we'll open tonight after hitting the rewind button. Everyone, so we've already gone to the Capitol, arrived up in the throne room. Everyone was already cleared out, and we're more at like the discussion there in the back of the room where everyone else is still kind of in a line.
That reminds me, I need to get on Roll20.
So, as the party sits around and there in the center, as the Emperor makes public the forces have been gathering up and looks to the party in terms of discussing of how they want to go about solving this.
What forces are we looking at? As far as I'm aware, the only thing we need to be worried about are Illithid and Yuan-Ti. And from what I've been told, the Illithid have been taken out of play of sorts.
Weakened, at least.
As Matthias turns to look at Eldon, the Yuan-Ti are gaining their forces, and there's rumor of trying to contact more Illithids to bring them here. Now, the Illithids that were here, most of them have been taken out, but yet they are a spacefaring race.
Yeah, spacefaring race that doesn't tend to get along with hive minds, from what I've read, tend to not stick together.
You like faded in and out there for most of your sentences. Can you
Why?
try it again, please? What?
From what we've read, Illithid do not stick together. One elder brain has its flock, and then another elder brain will have its flock, and they are not the same. They don't get along with each other.
You're correct. They usually don't.
What do the Yuan-Ti have that would cause Illithid to suddenly start playing nice with one another?
Maybe it's not the Yuan-Ti. Maybe it is Good grief, I had her name a second ago.
Dendar?
Yes, Dendar. That has
What could Dendar have? She's currently in prison.
false promises. That is a favorite thing of many a despot.
Man,
Perhaps.
if Dendar comes out of that prison and has a brain attached to her, I'm gonna tweak.
If she does, then it appears the prison, as she currently relies in, is anything but already lost.
Unless she went in with a tadpole.
If she did, then she's no longer Dendar. Some god elder brain at that point.
The hits keep coming.
Is that a strong enough force to make Illithid work together, though?
If anything, it would just be another elder brain to add to the. Really.
Brain soup.
So, I turn back to Matthias. So all we have are Yonti and Illithid.
As far as we are aware, yes.
Illithids aren't going to be a problem at all.
He raises a inquisitive eyebrow, but doesn't press the question.
I'll just take it out like we did the last. They did the last one. And I mean, the Yonti are just Yonti. How could they? Was there a whole world of Yonti that just suddenly appeared to challenge the entirety of Altruix's military?
The multiverse is a large place.
So we're dealing with multiverse capable. What am I trying to say? We're dealing with more than what we're being told we're dealing with. Then
I've always assumed that there's more at hand than we could know.
well, from what we're being told, we need to know what's going on. If they're making their way here, and the forces of Altruix are fighting them, then we should know what we're fighting against. No, or do the leaders of Altruix not know anything about anything?
We just kind of give Eldon this somewhat dirty look at that comment.
I just look indifferent at him.
Matthias, looking back. Well, the Yonti have been more a southern race, and so he looks to his fellow leader there, ruling the south. That they tend to be very elusive in terms of their numbers. So perhaps there is more that we're not knowing about. And to answer, well, my suspicion of how they got to work together is maybe just the mere fact that it has been confirmed or
Was it confirmed or a rumor? You said it was a rumor a minute ago.
I'm trying to phrase this correctly. Sorry for the pause. That they have confirmed that Dendar is in fact here. And so maybe that's enough to have the Illithids gather in force, try and free her for their own use. It's my suspicions. All we can do is react.
So
So
wait,
we start.
are you saying that there's like multiple colonies under multiple brains like competing to get her out or something?
That we do not know.
Well, you said that we're needing to act soon. Are you acting on absolutely no information?
No, we've had reports of enemy forces building up, mainly Yanti, allegedly Illithid encampment.
Doesn't sound
From
like
your
dire, really.
say again.
Doesn't sound like something that's dire.
Well, perhaps that's why we need to take more time. Finding out. And maybe that's where you come into play.
Sounds like we need intelligence.
Either way, it still forces the question of what we're going to do about Dendar.
Killer, like we said.
Indeed.
We can't kick it down the line for somebody else to have to deal with.
Gain intelligence and then use that intelligence to start knocking pieces off the board.
And we would agree with that assessment. And so he's going to kind of roll out this fancy but old looking map. Highly detailed, has a grid line on it, has a legend, a scale, and then you see all these personally added features, landmarks, notes, and you'll see that the table, the leadership group, all kind of have this trying to think of the word, nostalgic smile as they recognize their faithful map. And you see Matthias start placing, as he takes out from a drawer of the table these metal objects that are like a soldier standing on a weight, and he starts placing them around the map at certain locations. And then looks to Eldon and company as he starts placing, and then you see where he places, there's notes exactly where he places it, depicting, well, we have reports of Yanti starting to gather supplies. We have reports of them recruiting and pillaging here in the north. Allegedly, one mind flayer incursion here in the western side in the mountains, kind of in a border where it is shared between Zeratul and Shell. Kind of, it's in a mountain range. Maybe instead of just rambling, I will pull up a map. Maybe this will be better. Hold on. Okay. Can everyone see?
Yes.
Okay. Let me get marker out.
Where was the other cavern of Illithid that we faced?
Based. I believe that was up in the north.
Okay,
No.
was it the mountains close to Newland?
That's. Hold on. Let me use a different color so we don't get all confused. Here-ish. So here in red, previous. I'm going to go green for current, and I'll use green, the green circle for the Mind Flayer. And then for the Yanti, I'm just going to make a Y.
Is that Y anywhere near one of the other artifacts?
Need any more artifacts? Because mechanically speaking, we all have one.
Yeah, but if we found another one on the way, it's like the more, the potentially better. The Auntie has
Mechanically, we only get one each.
true, but we could always give them to the king or the emperor. Or just make sure they don't fall into the hands of the enemy.
Matthias looking to Urius. While the shards would be difficult for them to obtain. I don't think they know of them, as it's been a well-guarded secret. And he motions to his party, acquired ours. I assume you've acquired yours. We could attempt at spending resources on denial. But I imagine, well, ours are unlocked. I imagine yours are almost or near being completely unlocked. They would not have the time to begin to use those to great effect. There is merit, though, of denying the enemy that resource. However, the only one that we suspect is near a shard is a different color. Is where this blue circle is. Down in the south.
If you are sure the secret has been kept tight, then I don't see why we would need to.
So, as the enemy is gathering resources and building what they require for a siege, what do you propose between now and the inevitable fight?
I will look towards Rosewind and go, any idea on how that airship we were given the plans for is coming?
I don't think I've heard anything, and we'd need an elemental to pilot that anyway. I don't think that's on the table.
Of character, yep, kind of that.
Yeah, I don't think I've heard anything, and we'd need an elemental for that anyway. So I don't think it's on the table at all. Not anytime soon.
What I was told, 2 of them.
Mm-hmm.
The elementals might not be possible of getting, but because we do have the Well of Many Worlds.
Well, Gela was very clear about how important it was to, like, make sure it was on their terms. So I think that's going to be somewhat of a long process whenever we do it.
Yes. A long process or a lot of
I do
platinum.
believe I also heard him say something about how he didn't want it used for war. And while I know that all of this is important, I feel like it would kind of violate the wishes of the person who taught me.
I forgot that part. Valid point.
We'll see about rolling him out to help people after everything, shit hits the fan. Or whatever, if anything gets bad.
If we are pressed for time, then hitting the 2 closest Yuan-Ti encampments might be the best option. It would take 2 off of the playing field, leaving 3 enemies to potentially face.
Well, and it seems like we need intelligence on the Yuan-Ti anyway. We need to figure out why the hell the Illithid are wanting to work with them.
Or if it's Dendar, the Illithid want to potentially turn her into one of those elder brain dragons.
It would have to be a dragon. Oh.
She is a serpentine creature. They are similar, but true.
Is Nico with us?
Yes.
Look at him. So you're telling me Nico's the same as a snake?
He
Not
just
the same, similar.
Similar
Giant.
means same.
he just gives this look like, are you for real? Look to Urius.
There are 17 types of dragons, if I remember correctly.
Hold on.
What?
Let me pull Nico's.
That would be a celestial dragon.
Well, while the conversation that got us here is very silly, I look at Nico. You wouldn't have any, like, insight into any of this, would you, from, like, a past life?
He looks at you. Maybe what would I be looking for?
If you have any idea why all these groups are teaming up against the Greater of Altruix. I mean, besides, like, shady, evil bullshit, but, like, why are the Illithid working with Dendar and the Yuan-Ti? Do you have any idea?
Ooh, that is a very good question. So, let me see. Ooh, okay. So, as you ask that question, you see kind of the eyes of Nico kind of roll back as he's trying to recall information.
As he's working on it, I'm going to look at Flix and go, at this point, anything is better than Illithid infected Elder God.
I think that's a worst case scenario for everyone involved.
So, as Nico, I'll wait for Eldon to come back.
Can you all hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Also, I think I've been, like, subconsciously doodling, like, on the edge of the map, like, probably in the water or something, right next to me.
No worries.
Like, in character, not, like, this, like, role-playing wise. I think Flicker is drawing on their very important map without even thinking about it with her magical pen. Paper's paper.
Hold on. I'm gonna go help that kid get into bed. I'll be right back.
Sounds good.
Alrighty.
So just
It's
a
up to
head,
you.
just a heads up, Rory. The server is gonna go down tomorrow. I'm gonna look at renewing through the service we were using, just not through Discord.
Okay.
I'll get back to you if anything changes.
Alrighty.
Because Discord's charging me like a pretty penny for it, and I don't know if because the service that it's through is called Shockbite, so. welcome back. We're waiting on Doug now.
I had to help a kid into bed.
Yeah, so I could get through the service that like I'm getting it through. I could get the same thing for like $2 less a month.
Always helpful.
But they do have a plan as cheap as $4 a month. So if
Wow.
if shit gets too tight, I could keep that going.
Yeah, that sounds like a great deal. For when things get tight.
Yeah, yeah. So day after tomorrow, I'm gonna be in another Project Zomboid thing, but it's an SCP 001 or something like that. Like the sun is evil.
The cherubim. I don't know the name of it.
Yeah, I don't know a lot about SCPs.
I figured you would because they're really up your alley.
Yeah, this is my first real, meandering into that fandom. So
I'm a huge SCP nerd.
And there's a bunch of YouTube videos about it. I mean, you can always just go to the SCP and start reading the articles. That's basically all there is to it.
That's what I did in high school. I started reading them in high school.
I think I got given a researcher role.
One of my favorite ones
Nice.
so far is the Angry Cereal Box.
Angry Cereal Box is a good one. One of my favorite ones is the lamp that makes you adopt other light fixtures and add them to your house as if they were family members.
Contact with sunlight for longer than 10 to 15 seconds translates to immediate death. 78% of all biomass on Earth has converted to SCP-001A.
Oh yeah, don't get too Don't get too up in 001 yet. There's a lot to it.
Yeah, 001 has like 40 different freaking file things that you can go through that are different like alterations and variations and evolutions of it over time as the fandom has evolved.
Oh, I'm
A
just
lot of them are fake
I'm just
because
reading what's in
it's
the
supposed to be a
event thing.
secret.
I'm just reading what's in for the event thing. So whatever this is, it's going to be in Project Zomboid. It will attempt to attack anything it comes in contact with. This is believed to be a hive response or unconverted biomass has become a target of the current affected area. The only way to fight effects of the current event are the following. Wear clothing on all parts of the body. Any exposed skin will allow the effects of the sun to still apply. Travel at night. Effects of the sun are not present 35% of total duration of the day. So I guess instead of regular zomboid zombies, it's going to be sun zombies or something.
Or other lower class SCPs.
So it's a zomboid game, but it's SCP.
Yeah, it's an event thing. So there's going to be like 100 people. And then we were put in different factions. And then it's like it's a role-playing scenario type thing. So like I'm assuming the staff will watch us, and if we're out in the sun with like out being covered up, that we just die, or they have a mod on for it or something.
Probably a mod.
But the last event I did with this group, it was like we were spread across Louisville, and I was part of this rich group, and our perk was that we had a monkey's paw, so we got to make wishes throughout the event, and we were one of the first groups with cars, other than the medical group that had an ambulance. I don't know what being a research is gonna get me, but sounds better than being a test subject.
Yeah, you're not a Class D personnel, so that's one of the great options. A researcher, you're gonna have good clearance. You're gonna be pretty safe. You're usually gonna you'll usually have some sort of security like protection, not high level, but you're not a head researcher, so you're not gonna have like any real personal security detail. But you'll definitely be like one of the things, like if shit starts going wrong, you're gonna be one of the people that they try to keep alive.
Nice. Yeah, Class D was one of the options for one of the groups you can end up in. So there's some people.
Yeah, so it was like the special forces. What was
yeah,
the
you were
specific
there
one
when.
that they had?
Yeah, you were there when I was signing up. Yeah, they had the like special forces. They had the security division. They had the research, the head researchers, the Class D. I can't remember, but I think there might have been a civilian group too. I'm not sure. No, there wasn't, because I remember looking at them all and being like, oh, I don't know anything about the lore of this. I have to just kind of guess.
You know what Class D
saying
right?
I'm glad.
Disposable.
I'm glad that the guy that's running it, I was straight up with him. I was like, I don't know much about SCP, but like I had fun in your last event, so I'll join for sure. And when I signed up, I one of the options was the Class D, and I had clicked it as one of the things I'd be willing to be. So I'm glad he put me in not that. Welcome back, Doug.
Thanks. Thanks for everyone bearing with me there for a minute. Is everyone back?
Yep.
Nope, no one here but us little birds.
Everyone was telling me about SCPs.
STPs?
SCPs.
SCPs.
The cure contains
Another person I would assume would have known everything about them.
I've seen a little bit. Nothing I've gone a rabbit hole down, though. Just creepy monsters.
No, some
Interesting.
adorable ones too. Like the SCP that's a box of Lego bricks that become alive and can even shoot.
Yeah, that's not cute.
It is cute.
There's
Because
there's a sad one about Here Be Dragons. That's all I'm gonna say about that.
Oh, here
I know that
were
one.
dragons.
Here were dragons.
Yeah, that one's a good one too. Another one of my favorites is the sentient pizza box that if whoever touches the top of it, it produces their ideal pizza.
I can get down with that. But speaking of dragons, what is our dragon saying to us?
So, as Nico finishes, you see his eyes roll back to the center. And he takes a minute. Well, Dendar, she's all about nightmares, the darkness. The mind flayers can provide or are the stuff of literal nightmares for most races, which then feed Dendar, which then make her stronger. The Yanti worship Dendar as a god. And so there is a case where the two have worked together to free or to work for Dendar in a weirdly symbiotic relationship. Because the Yanti could provide bodies for the Mind Flayers. The Mind Flayers could provide access to relics or psionic powers, both needing Dendar for their own uses. Perhaps that's why they've chosen to work together here.
So
Knowing or finding that she's imprisoned, knowing that the Yanti want a powerful god, the Mind Flayers making her more powerful. In a way, their goals are aligned.
Lovely.
However, they usually turn on each other.
That
Only
we could use to our advantage.
it could, yes. While the Yanti can gather forces faster than the Mind Flayer, Mind Flayer infused Yanti provide a more challenging common opponent.
I'm still trying to figure out what the mind flayers get out of Dendar being freed, though.
Having a god that may help you to achieve world domination.
I was about to say chaos.
A god that could darken worlds.
But wouldn't that just hinder the Illithid more than help them?
Yeah, because we're like a farm for them in a way. You don't kill what's producing your steak. But my other thought about it is, like, wouldn't it be kind of beneath them? They see everything else as, like, less than them.
Yes,
It could.
as I said, they usually turn on each other. Mind flayers could overthrow the Yanti and enthrall them. Yanti, knowing that they're going to be betrayed, backstab the mind flayers once they get close enough or have achieved their goal of freeing her.
So it's like the most toxic situationship.
Yes.
It sounds like they want Dendar for something of their own doing.
And this is all assuming they know what Dendar wants. They just make assumptions.
And also, I mean, an elder brain can't infect Dendar.
That we know of.
We've seen an infected dragon. That didn't seem like it was something that would have been on the table before.
Exactly.
A giant world-eating serpent that gets a tadpole stuck in it,
I was going to say a tadpole lobotomy.
or some other form of enthrallment would be a nightmare.
I just feel like we're missing a piece.
Then maybe we should visit the Illithid again.
Well, I think that we're going to get more information from the Yuan-Ti, because if they have something that the Illithid want that we're not aware of, that's the best way for us to figure it out.
Then which of these locations do we figure would be their head base? You were going to say something, Eldon?
I don't necessarily think it matters where their head base is. We're going to need to take them out. I'll take all of them out.
I am going to look at all of the leaders in the room, and I will say, is there any chance that you could hook me up with the runes to some teleportation sigils nearby any of these?
You see, they all kind of smile, and not in a make fun of smile, and you see them nodding. Like the Empress of Show just looks to Matthias. See, told you to be useful. Matthias, actually, yes. It has been some time since we've needed them. And
Sounds extremely degrading, especially since one of your devout followers is right there.
okay, I don't understand. No, I got whispers
Matthias
there.
thinking, yeah.
I don't understand, I guess. I'm missing.
Matthias not thinking we were useful, even though one of his devout followers that he's been having do stuff for him the whole time is in the room right there.
Oh, is that from Rosewind's comment? Or what I
from
was
what
trying
you
to
just
say?
said.
Oh, okay. Well, I wasn't done speaking. Sorry. I was taking a second to gather my thoughts in my mind as Matthias rolls out a map, smaller map, with some locations, and They're colored runes. We, long ago, thought it was a good idea to have these. Never really used it that much since our partying days. Took us a long time to make this entire thing. And you see the other party members just kind of laughing at themselves, just kind of in a remembering type fashion. By no means was I trying to make fun of Whisper.
Whisper didn't.
As-
didn't
I was
say
thinking it
anything.
was more degrading to everyone, not just Whisper. Especially since he led assassins into Zeratul's castle.
And he rolls up this map and hands it back to Rosalind. Perhaps you'll make more use of it than we did. So, are you looking at this map?
Oh yeah.
Of course.
So what I'll do, I will now pick a different color. What color do you want for the rune locations? I'm going to use the map as depicted here.
Hot pink.
Hot pink it is. Okay, let's see if I have that. Mhm.
Before we turn away from the main map, I will prestidigitate the drawings and stuff off of it, if possible.
Oh, come on.
We kill the all mind players. Okay, I don't necessarily have hot.
One sec, I
Pink.
got you.
Okay. Are you going to make one? Let me just.
I'm gonna get you the color code for it.
Is it the fuchsia color?
Hold on. I will just.
There's black, maroon.
I've got
uh,
this purpley-ish color here. I'm gonna.
Yeah, that's hot pink to me. It looks
I
fuchsia to me.
mean, it's more. Oh, that is totally the wrong tool.
Here's a good one.
Okay, hold on.
About to find out Doug's colorblind.
Oh, so I was lied to my entire life. All right, hold on. Let me get because I think I saw where I can enter the hashtag and then all the colors. So read off the code.
FC83E3.
Okay, that's a pink. Sure. Okay, so
Did you say F3?
FC.
I believe so.
I
F
thought he said-
Charlie 83 Echo 3.
Okay. I thought I heard F3 at the end.
Those don't show up too well on my screen.
Yeah, the pink hard to tell. But what I'll do is here I'll ping. So I've drawn some. So I'm gonna start
No, it's
from
fine.
the eastern edge of the map.
I was gonna say it's fine. It's fine. I was just looking
Okay.
at the hot pink color code and it took my eyes a moment to adjust to the back to the pastel screen. I can see fine.
I just saw one of the non-colors.
So why is the capital circled in pink?
There's a circle. There's a teleportation
Teleport-
circle there.
Yeah. Well, they're not necessarily the capitals. One is obviously the capital. As
Yeah, and that's why I was asking, because the one where the X is.
in at as the map is digested, reviewed, looked at by the other party members, you'll see Matthias move over and roll up part of the rug, and you'll see this part of a large stone circle with the runes carved into it.
In the
In the throne room, there. As so it would be like right below the stairs.
I will give Matthias a look. Like, could you have done anything less intelligent? Kind of look.
Well, before you, only us five knew it was here and had the combination.
You do realize secrets have a tendency of not saying that.
Secrets do have a tendency to get out.
True. This was the last one. The others, oh, as he nostalgically just like recalls, uh, well, similar to probably what you're feeling, is we got tired going back and forth. So I believe, I don't know, we saved up our resources to get the materials and spend the time to make these things. And we started traveling around back and forth, back and forth. Then we learned after the first two, perhaps we should be more selective of where we put these things.
Yes.
And then we all agreed, much to your confusion, one here in the throne room, kind of a backup plan. If they had to get out, or we needed to all meet, we could all do so very quickly.
Sounds intelligent. I would have stuck it in a room that could have easily been flooded with gas or water or poison. In case someone invaded, but it works.
I have a room full of highly trained guards, amongst other defenses. You just don't see them yet.
Well, then that makes a little more sense. A lot more, actually. As I look at it, I would go, the route that seems to make the most sense to me is starting with the circle in show, hitting the Yonti, the Mind Flayers, the Yonti and Enoch to the northwest, then teleporting to the one in Newland hitting that Yonti group, then teleporting back here, and hitting the last two. Unless there's any way we could get closer. Hello?
I heard you.
We teleported out to down here at some point. Does Ceratol still have access to whatever sent us out there?
I think it was just a blanket teleport, not teleportation circle.
Because that one on the border between Tutsuman and Newland seems a little out of the way, unless we teleport somewhere or go over the mountains.
Well, unfortunately, it's going to be unavoidable that our party's going to have to be split apart once again. Because Mary and I have business to attend to here. That is dire.
At the tribe's last location.
And while we're there, we can handle this.
Possibly with the help of the tribe.
We'll see what happens.
And the rest of us could gather some assistance and head to Joe. Or, since we're already close to two of them, take care of at least one of them. We could start with the one south of here.
Matthias and company just very quiet, seeing what the party has to say.
What do the rest of you think? I would say going south into Tutsuman would potentially assist in getting things done quicker.
Wait. What?
We head to Tutsuman.
No. I'm whatting my. something that Doug is having me recall, I feel like I would have brought that up. But, So there are mind flayers that worship Dendar?
You're asking me, or are you telling the party?
Well, clearly I don't need to ask you, because you just sent it to me, that there are sects of mind flayers that worship Dendar.
What in the nine hells?
I forgot that I read about it in my father's journal. Apparently.
So, let's see, I use this phrase. Is it outside the table, above the table? Is that the right phrase? I very rarely use it.
In character?
Out of character. Right?
Oh.
That's
yeah,
the
out of
one.
character is,
Above table.
Above table. I was thinking, right. So the question on how the Auntie and the Mind Flayers were working together, I could have sworn I answered. So while we were kind of having this conversation, I was going through my notes. Hence, now, Rosalind's reaction. Because I'm like, I swear I answered that question somewhere.
Mind
So I was trying to
flayers
go through
worship...
all my session notes, and I'm like, no, I know I did it. Because that question needed to be answered.
Mind flayers worshipping a god is crazy.
Could Dendar have tainted some of the Elder Brain? This sounds more like pandemonium than the nine hells.
Anyway, back to the plan at hand. Now, what I sent Rosewind was a historical reason at that point in time. It's not mean it's necessarily what's going on now.
Well, it sounds like we need to do something. Shall we head south first, then? Take out some Yonti, then get close to Joe so that we can hit the Yonti and the mind flayers in the mountain. Are there yays? Are there nays?
I mean,
While the two of you, of course, go to visit Mary's tribe.
I don't have any other option, any other plan.
About how long would it take the party to travel overland to this camp?
Hold on. Let's see if I have the guy's name. I know I wrote this guy down. Give me a second. I don't. So the leader from Tootsie Man, Zima, as he likes to be called. Picture, I'm gonna, your cliche Aztec warrior wearing green-colored stonework, feathers, carries a double-bladed wooden weapon with obsidian, or what is obsidian glass, all the way around it, with golden runes carved throughout the stone. And he stands up, looks to, was that Irius that asked the question?
Yes. What is the overland route? Time.
How fast can you walk in the sand?
I mean, I don't have to walk, and I just start levitating. I could possibly get there a bit quicker. Are your lands still inhabited by large creatures that walk in the sand?
Well, we have creatures of the desert, yes. Frequent sandstorms, dunes. So he'll walk over to the map and he'll point out. And let me get the clicker. All right, so he'll start pinging. Maybe if he wants to cooperate. As he starts drawing a line. This kind of middle area is just sand and dunes. Some oases about. We have a transitional environment here going from sand to kind of a lush desert to some woods as it starts to merge with Zeratul realm. Mountains down here in the center. And then it begins to be a jungle in this lower part. And as we get to the end, it turns into a different type of desert.
Cold, frosty.
But there are some sizable, and he looks to Matthias, and he speaks in a different language that Mary would totally understand and hear. Worms? It's like, we call them something else. But there are many great worms.
I don't know what you're talking about. This is all out of character.
Oh, I see they're out of character, but I think he asked an in-character question.
Oh, I was trying to see if there were like any dinosaurs we could like finagle into letting us ride them. Because in like nearly every fantasy setting I've ever seen, it's like the Mexico part of the world that has the dinosaurs.
Yeah, that's okay. You're not well. Okay, remember the last time you were in this area?
No. I've slept since then.
There were dinosaurs.
We're gonna hit the rewind button.
Oh,
and
okay,
history
yeah.
go.
I
The
was wrong.
three-headed Tyrannosaurus Rex was a thing.
I think it ate Eldon at one point. That could have been something else, though.
It ate Urius at one point.
Yeah, that was over here in the forest.
It ate
It
Urias at one
was.
point, and Urias exploded. But still didn't die.
Most of us have been eaten by something at some point.
It ate Urias the Elder.
Hell, I was in a dog's mouth the other day, so...
Any large riding reptiles?
There
Prefer
is,
three-headed
as
Tyrannosauruses.
as Zima smiles. Well, if you can catch it and stay on, there is a coming of age or a ritual we've done where you go out and attempt at making one of these creatures your mode of transportation. Trying to say mount without saying the word mount. So if that is something you wish to do, we can attempt it.
It would be helpful to some degree.
But we have, and he looks to his other leaders. I'm sure we can arrange normal transportation between here and there. Horses to camels to... He looks to the Empress. What are those birds called again? Big birds, large beak, mountains. Axe beak. Axe beak? Axe beak. We can arrange transportation to get there. Yes.
Well then, that would probably be better than trying to catch a dinosaur.
Oh. If built are on the way, I have no problems with you trying to capture a dinosaur. Kind of curious myself to see you do this.
Okay.
However, your biggest challenge will be, of all things, water.
I accept the challenge.
Urias,
Water.
we have ancient lizard at home, points at Nico.
He just like sits there and like smiles.
I'm not going to ride Nico. It feels inappropriate.
I don't know if he goes through another growth spurt soon.
Let us arrange transportation then.
No, seriously, water. Like, do you all have someone have the capability of creating water?
No,
I just don't think you understand how hot it gets out there. And he just like points to his like dress, like very minimal cloth.
a good flowing robe would help keep us cool.
Very dry. So I don't want your adventures. You obviously know what you're doing. I don't know if you've ever been in this type of condition.
How much does a decanter of endless water cost?
I was about to ask, did anyone get a decanter of endless water?
I don't have
So
one, but I'm sure we have enough money.
let's see what the Book of Google says.
Oh, by the way, Whisper, did anybody tell you how much money you got?
Nope.
Okay, one sec while we pull that up.
Oh, I've got it on. I've got it right here. If I can get the lighting well enough. Platinum looks like 46 plus 366.
Is this both the numbers or just what you had?
Both the numbers.
Okay.
If it helps, I started with 0 money whenever it was given out.
So 46 plus 366 platinum.
Since Eldon had 0 money, Eldon can just tell you how much money Eldon has, and then you'll know how much you get.
Okay.
411 platinum.
Okay.
6,483 gold.
Okay.
12,333 silver.
That was 12,333 silver.
Correct.
Okay.
5,666 copper.
And a partridge and a pear tree.
That cost extra.
Thought it was a whisper in a pear tree.
Yeah, normally. And how much is a platinum worth?
You believe
10K gold.
Yep.
10,000 gold. Okay.
Really? I thought it. Okay.
Yep. That was the choice Doug made.
And this one is worth a lot more. I mean,
And we tried to walk it back.
So we
In reality,
absolutely have enough money.
Or whatever.
I
So
just buy
Google-
the land that the tribes are on.
I mean, in the real world, platinum is worth between $2,000 and $2,100 per troy ounce.
Yeah, an ounce of platinum is very small compared to your standard coin.
I'm
Well,
not a
That's why
huge
the-
fan of buying of the phrasing of the terms of the phrase buying land from the tribes. I don't.
Yeah,
know.
I wasn't a fan after I said it. I just wasn't going to try and pronounce the Tootsie Man. Because I want to say Tootsie Man.
Apparently,
I'm very.
that's got to be where Tootsie Pops come from in this world, right?
apparently gold is actually worth more than platinum in the real world.
Yeah.
Market fluctuates.
That makes no sense. Isn't platinum more rare than gold?
It's all fake.
Electronics. But I mean, in normal D&D, a platinum is 10 gold pieces. So
Yeah.
Yeah, I broke
1,000
my
times
economy. It's all good.
1,000 times that.
Oh, I'm aware.
He broke the economy. It's okay.
It's
No
okay. You're
wonder
filthy rich.
Arizona in this universe costs 100 gold.
Right. So my research is showing a decanter of endless water says between 100 and 600 gold pieces. I have a DMG floating around here somewhere. I will go find it. But I keep commonly seeing the same thing. So if anyone disagrees, I'll just cut it in half. Go with 300 gold pieces.
Doug, money is not an issue.
I know, but I'm just trying to. Someone asked for a price. I give price.
I mean, we could each buy a decanter of endless water at this point.
Seriously.
I mean,
As a matter of fact, I will pay triple. I will give 900 gold for this decanter. This guy can be the worst salesman and up the price, and I will take it. I will be fleeced willingly because of how much gold we have.
That shop shuts down immediately because they just made like a year's worth of or they just made like 10 years worth of money off this single purchase.
You're paying them, and you're like, enjoy your vacation. We gotta buy a camel too, right? Like,
Zima's
Oh yeah.
camel, carts. I will look up out of character. I'll look up the other desert animals. I'm sure that you can ride. If anyone wants anything specific other than dinosaurs, let me know.
Am I carrying 98 crossbow bolts?
I don't know. Why are you carrying
Skyrim.
90 bolts? I know you guys early on looted quite a bit, so maybe some purging
What
is
would
necessary.
a rare or very rare ring cost?
Depends on the ring.
Say that's kind of vague. Is there something specific you want?
Well, I'm looking at a ring of fire resistance, which is rare, and cold resistance, which is rare, and lightning resistance, which is rare, and necrotic resistance, which is rare. You might see where I'm going with this.
I mean, I found one I want, but it's a homebrew. Amount.
Well, the 2024 versions of the rings of energy resistance don't require attunement. And there's no longer minimum ring slots in 2024 either. Or maximum, for that matter.
There wasn't in 5e either.
Well,
You
there
just
used to be
have,
back in 3.0.
Yeah, like 3.5. I think it still was in 4. Or like 4e2, but I got rid of that in 5e.
Yeah, as long as you don't have to attune, you could wear 10 finger rings and 10 toe rings.
And all of a sudden, Whisper turns into the Mandarin.
Well, so I think someone I read about a character doing at least 10, one on each hand. I'm not going to get into, okay, how are you wielding a weapon? But you're a magic caster, so meh.
I mean, you can still wield
No,
a
it's a
weapon.
ring. Yeah,
I
it's
know,
a ring
but
that
like,
goes on your finger.
no, I get that, but depending on if there's a huge giant gem on it, it would just interfere. I'm not saying you can't. I just know some people would argue the practicality. I'm like, it's D&D. It doesn't have to be practical.
Yeah, and it's okay to be wrong. It's okay.
But yeah, so that being said, I know you guys have a crap ton of money. You guys can go look through, I'll say, anything that's, in the DMG that you may want. Just let me know, and we can talk offline. We don't necessarily need to go to a shopping episode. Just send me a list of what you're looking for. Keep in mind, I think y'all are full on attunement slots. So, I
Pretty
mean,
much.
there's still that kind of restriction there. I know they
I
made
have
exceptions
one.
to the shards, but they don't
Not
count.
mine.
Yours is
Wait,
I still
holding
gotta.
up a
I still
slot.
have to attune mine.
We're supposed to attune to the shards, right?
I
If I'm not attuned to it, I don't get any of the stuff.
No. Well, let me rephrase that. I think the idea I had for them, it wasn't supposed to take up an attunement slot. You're still attuned to it. Does that make sense?
Yeah, you'll have to. You'll have to change that in the item then, where
Okay.
it doesn't require attunement.
There is a feat that lets there's a homebrew feat that lets you add an attunement slot.
That's an official feat.
Oh, there's also an official feat.
Yeah.
There's a homebrew, however, that puts you at 6 attunement slot.
Which is one over original D&D. Or 3.5.
At some point, your weapons will unlock the last stage. level, however you want to say it. So probably then, when I go update everything, I'll take that 2-minute piece off. I can go in after this, between now and next session, and go mess with it too. Anyway, so that'll
I
take
do
care of
have
that.
one attunement slot left.
But is the meeting now over?
Oh, that's where I was gonna kind of begin there. As Matthias looks at the party, looks to Eldon and Mary. You all will be departing to, and he looks to Mary, your tribe. Looks
We will
to,
discuss that with our party.
well, if you need assistance, just let us know. And it sounds like, and he motions to the rest of the party, you are headed with her to Zima's kingdom. Yes? And he points to the map here, right south of the capital, to this green Y.
Yes,
Like
that
Peter
is what
wants
we
to
should
pay.
be getting.
I mean, technically, both groups are. It's all down there, just body of water between it.
We could all head towards the first group of Yonti and then over to
No,
Maru's
because 2 players are not going to be here
Oh, next week or next game.
for the foreseeable future.
Oh,
Well,
Oh,
let me wrap up this one spot, and we'll get to what Eldon just brought up. As Matthias and the group get confirmation of the party's plans, he looks to his fellow leaders and then back to the party, and we will keep appraised and continuously continuously monitoring the situation, and we'll be in contact with each other, as inevitably this will come to fighting her. And he just points up. With that, I assume you all are tired of all of this, and he motions to the meeting. So you're free to go. Keep in mind what was said here is secret. And then moves to dismiss you all. I assume then the party takes their leave.
yes.
And we'll say for the sake of argument is still in that Capitol Tower area, but just not in the throne room. And now we can discuss what Eldon has brought up.
Yeah, I was just going to say, once we have left, like, the castle of the capital, like I had said, we have urgent matters to the southeast. And while there, we will deal with that one encampment of Yanti while we are there. We have long travels ahead of us, so we will be making our leave immediately.
That sounds prudent then.
Once we are able to reconvene with you all, we will send word.
Travel safely, friends.
Yes.
And and yeah, Eldon and Mary will leave.
Have fun storming the castle.
What all do we need to prep before we head out as well?
We need to get the decanter of endless water, which... Has someone bought that yet, or...
Nah, but I mean, we could all pick one up with how cheap that is.
True, true.
Yeah.
We should probably buy any other provisions we will need. Maybe some more rations, or...
Camels were mentioned. So in the seriousness of that, are we going to purchase? Do we want to get like a desert carriage, or do we all just want to get individual mounts and just kind of go like that?
So, I mean, we've only got the one down in the desert. Like, I don't think that we need to like fully convert our ride to like get there. But like, I mean, if we rented a couple camels.
Well, how easy is it going to be to get a carriage through the desert? I don't recall.
We can just leave the carriage here. I mean, there's
That's...
a teleportation circle here, and we kind of got to come back here at some point anyway, so.
Yes. So, each get a camel, an axe-beak, something similar.
I'll look at Matthias and I'll go, is there any chance that we might be able to get, like, small piece of land, or...
As the person that essentially owns all of the Feywild.
Well, like, in the capital, so that we have a place to, like, I don't know, leave our shit here. Preferably a piece of land with a small building on it or something. Because, like, I mean, if we leave the carriage next to the building and the horse is there and we hire somebody to watch them.
So, okay. This is gonna come in perfectly then. So as although you already left the area, we'll just pretend that this conversation happened before you all left. You'll see the Empress of Show, May, throw Matthias this key. And this is just beat to crap, wrought iron key. It's small, I don't know, maybe 3/4 the size of a human hand. And Matthias will hold it, look to the other leaders, and they all just like give this like shoulder shrug, like, yeah, it's fine, type of they agree to it. And Matthias, smiling, hands you this key, Rosewind. You take it?
Yeah.
It's like, so, this is, well, I guess now was, our old, I don't call it, home. It's here on sites. It's a little rundown. And no, that's not code for it's really falling apart, but it's not this. And he motions to the throne room and how nice it looks. We used it quite a bit. It was an old inn that we bought, converted. We tried to run a business out of it as an inn, and that just did not go well, so we eventually closed the inn function of it down, and it just became, well, ours. I totally forgot that it was still here. I think I have a guard assigned to just make sure no one goes in there and steals and defaces it. I think we've re-met in there once, I think in a decade, but we're not using it. Regardless, it is yours now. And your parties. You can store, there's room for your carriage, there should be room for all of you to have your own room. So, it is our help to you. So then we can fast forward back to Eldon mentioning he is departing. You have a key.
This sounds rather good for what we need.
Yeah, now the question is, after everything's all said and done, do we set up an inn there or an adventurers guild?
Of each.
So, where's the party headed now? I'd say it's about mid-afternoon, probably going on evening.
Well, I think that first and foremost, knowing we're not taking the carriage, I'd go and drop the carriage off. And then maybe like prestidigitate dust off of stuff. I suppose we could spend a night at our new inn.
I mean, I don't really have any idea other than just prepping and getting any random odds and ends stuff that we want, but
A helm of teleport.
I want to get Flix a winged tattoo of haste.
I mean, the rest of
that
us
might
have
take-
tattoos. Oh, sorry.
I was gonna say, I think we'll have to plan that one. Not saying that you can't get it at all. It's just that getting a tattoo takes a second. So I don't know if we want to, not necessarily off-screen it, but at least it could happen off-screen. We'll just have some role play maybe next session if it comes to that. If you want, I think we tried to role play the tattooing. Was it a tattooing session? I thought like there was a time where like,
It's like
everyone got tattooed.
A few of us got tattoos, and it's just, yep, I got a tattoo.
Oh well, okay. I thought I did something more with it. It's
Well, this one's a magical. It's a wondrous item tattoo.
Yeah, all of us got it.
Gives me a one-time
That's the-
use of, yeah, that's the hate. Okay.
That's the one Mary has.
one-time use.
It's just-
of haste. Or is it
Urias
reset?
has
It's
the
a
armor one.
permanent, so it wouldn't be a one-time use one for
Oh well, it
you
says
either.
once the spell ends, the tattoo vanishes from your skin. So that just the wording of that sounds pretty one and done.
Ours
Yeah,
was a little upgraded.
Yeah, we got homebrew ones that are permanent. That are instead of one and done, it's like once per day.
Yeah.
Cool.
I
I
think I
wasn't
could.
around for that.
So we can totally do that with you. And anyone else who wants a tattoo, right? Because I think my logic justification was, again, it's also D&D, so tattoos are permanent. Like, I mean, the thing's on you, so I don't see
Yeah,
why it's one-time use. Like, it just doesn't make sense to me.
because of the magic. Like, because the magic item tattoos, you're taking the needle, which is a magic item, and you're infusing it into the skin rather than tattooing magical ink in. You're casting a spell to make the magic item appear, and then once you use it, the magic item's gone.
I mean, yeah, I get it. It's just
It's like a temporary tattoo versus a permanent tattoo.
Henna.
Oh, yeah, that's a good way to put it. Henna versus tattoo. I mean, henna eventually does go away just naturally over time, but yeah, I get the idea. And so does a temporary tattoo. I just feel like if you're having a needle jabbed in and out of your skin for a fair amount of coin, it should be more than one time use, in my opinion. That was the ruling I made. So yeah, this shit is
Yeah,
permanent.
we did have
though.
to talk you into making the costs higher because they were permanent.
Yeah, it's going to take a second to remember that. But yes, at the end of the day, we could, and it's up to the player's discretion. If you want the temporary or the permanent, we could do either. So think on it. Let me know. And so
I can get some of the stuff in my backpack. I don't need candles. Sorry, I'm thinking out loud.
yeah, you're good.
Yeah,
So
the one Eldon
we're
got was the Blood Fury tattoo, which essentially gives him smite on all of his attacks.
Yeah, the haste one just seems like it would help me out.
Oh yeah,
And a permanent haste tattoo sounds awesome.
Fighter with haste is scary.
Doug, did you see my message?
I did. I will get back to you on it.
Okay.
Yeah. Sorry. There's a lot going on behind the scenes. So I am prioritizing here. Not saying they're not important, just setting something up.
This is what we call a framework session.
I do need to buy a few groupings of the ingredients to cast Find Familiar.
Pretty sure you could find those and buy them easily enough.
does Find Familiar have
10 gold pieces worth of charcoal, incense, and herbs that must be consumed by fire in a brass brazier.
Oh damn, I had no idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think it used to.
Let me find out. Yep. Or at least it did in the 2014 version.
Oh, I'm talking about the way back days. Oh, no, it was actually more expensive.
I vaguely remember having to pay something for Sunky to summon Tonk, so...
Well, we're lucky it's not 3rd and 3.5 because it was 100 gold back then. Unless you had the ability, the wizard guild that just started you out with one.
All right, so party is headed to this new place. Yes. No.
Yep.
Gotta drop the carriage off.
Okay. All right.
We go to our place and then we go to the other one.
I mean, it is getting late. Just reference.
Or take a break.
Trying to
We're
find
heading to the
the
next one.
map. Maybe. There you are. All right, so as we zoom out, you all depart, and attached to the key is a piece of twine with like a little mini map. You recognize it as the capital area, and this map just a lot less detailed, very very simplistic. So you're able to make out north, south, east, west. You recognize the little center where you are now. You can see the walls. You can see these angled streets. And then as you get close, or as you examine the map, you see it's down here to the southeast. So right here. So I'm pinging the map, and I will draw a circle. I'll just keep the pink for now. That was terrible. Well, that's better. There we go. Okay. So, there.
And we're starting where Rosewind is?
Yeah, you're starting there kind of in the center where Rosewind's icon is. So as you get outside, gather your carriage as a soldier just brings it to you. Horses look like they've been fed and watered. The capital has this eerie sense to it. The sense of it's no longer this happy-go-lucky. It's got kind of this edge of just anxiety and tension above it. As you now know what resides north or above the Capitol Tower, as you see this this giant orb of light, everyone's a little more suspicious, a little bit more guarded than the last time you were here. So you make your way through the streets, following the path. Here, and I'll just draw. So, following this green path, maybe picking up food along the way or drink, and you come up on this older kind of southern style farmhouse building. It's got a wraparound porch. It has what's 2-3 stories, maybe depends on how. Can't tell if it's like a half floor or not, or if it's a full third floor. Large storefront windows on the first floor. Standard single windows on the second floor. You see that there is at least a nice, a clean alley to the left of it. To the right, looks like a shared wall, and It's right by the port. So there are ships. You see trading vessels, fishing vessels, maybe a small warship floating here in the bay. And there is this lone, young-looking human male guard just standing in front of the door. As he notices the party arriving, he says, halt. You're not allowed, you're not supposed to be here.
I'll
We were
hold up
given
the key.
And I will pull out my badge of office, I guess, as agents of the Emperor.
I mean, all right, just show me this works. As he kind of steps away. So has his weapon at the ready. He's not pointing your weapon at anyone. He just has it at the ready. He's got a spear, simple spear, and a sheath sword.
I'm
Moves.
gonna float by like I'm in the position like I'm laying on my back as I fly by, and I go, Are you the new Are you the bouncer to our new club? Awesome.
Club? What club? This is, well, assuming that key is the real key, and who you got that from, I mean, I guess you're the new owner? I don't know, are you... They didn't cover this!
Do you come with the house?
Technically?
He's a town guard.
I don't
mean,
think we should be adopting strays.
We've
I'm
already
told
done that twice.
I'm told to report here, so, I mean, unless they change the orders when I go to guard change, told otherwise, I'm supposed to be here.
Roswin's gonna clap her hands together and go, We've got our own town guard!
And this
Please
poor...
use the key on the door to assuage this
And
young
Celeste.
guard's mind.
I'll open up the door and I'll be like, What's your name, new friend? You look like a Francois.
a Francois.
well,
That's a good one.
First name is Frank.
So Francois.
Close.
I feel like we're gonna be great friends, Francois.
He's just like, why me? Why? Just like, yeah, this is like somewhat just frustratedly sad. Yeah, that, perfect. Perfect. I'm monitoring the Altruix chat, so Urius's gif. It's like, why me? Why? So as you turn the key, you hear it unlock, and the door swings open. Inside of it, you see the layout was kind of the dining bar area, and it still is in a way. It just is rearranged to be more like a living room, but none of the walls were messed with. The bar is still where it is. You still see that there is a shelf full of alcohol, but over most of the tables and chairs are just cloth, linen, to protect it from dust. But you see that there is a handful of tables grouped together. You see a mix of chairs. So you have some of the wooden chairs that go with the tables. You have like a high-backed cloth chair, a stool. It's just a mix of chairs in a corner, and you're assuming that's where the original owners would all group, eat, and meet. To the left, you have a staircase that goes up to the second floor. You see there is a fireplace where that group of chairs and table is large enough that it would heat the whole, at least the first floor, most likely whatever is above, directly above it on the second floor. No sign of food anywhere. And then to the left of the building in the alley, you see that there is this inbuilt stall on the backside. So I'd say if you were to trying to describe, I guess, a backyard of sorts, where there would be a fence line and a on the side of the fence, you see where you could park a carriage and a couple of horses or pack animals there. And yes, it is wide enough to fit down the alley with a fair amount of clearance on each side.
And we could use the backyard as the stables for the horses.
Yes. And it looks like they would just let, if they trusted all the same animals, that they could just, instead of being hitched to a post, because there's a double gate there on the fence line, to let animals to just roam instead of having to be tied up. They just let them roam. And you see throughout the backyard, there on the fence at the top, you'll see, that's the word I'm going to use. It's a roof that allows animals to just kind of hang out over and give them some sort of cover out of the sun and rain.
Kind of like a portico.
I think that's the word. I'm trying to think. There's another word I was trying to think of that's just failing to come to my
Awning?
mind at this moment. Awning. Yeah, that's a better one. That's the word. So, who is doing what? As I know, Rosewind unlocked. I assume everyone went in, and or some people took the horse and carriage to be tied up,
I imagine
secured.
I sort of let everybody in, and then like I floated with whoever's driving the carriage still over to where that's going, as I druid craft pedals over Francois' head.
Yeah, I'll drive the carriage into the alley, and then like once we're all inside, I'll go over to like the bar area, kind of like dust it down a little bit myself, and then I'll take my bottle of tequila that I bought and I'll add it to the bar.
Okay. So as you go up to the bar, you see that there is a lot of old, and there's a couple of bottles you just don't. Now I understand you're from the Fae realm, but even still, there are at that time there are some wines and alcohols that were traded between groups commonly. But now you notice that one bottle looks familiar to you. It's like you just thought they just stopped existing, but there's still an old enough bottle here on the shelf. So it looks like they have decent taste in alcohol.
I will be looking over our new property.
So you like outside looking over it, or are you inside going around everything?
Yes. All of the above.
Okay. So as you do, I'm going to assume a flyby, right? You don't see any like serious damage. I mean, it's got its normal wear and tear. Tiled roof, so maybe a couple of tiles missing, right? There's no graffiti or anything. Just painted wood. But I mean, it could use some paint, a little bit of touch up, some minor repair, right? So some of the siding's broken, maybe a fence post just missing. It needs a little bit of love, but I mean, overall, decent shape given its users, its former use as an inn temporarily. To which you see there would be a sign, but there is no sign hanging anymore. The metal support, though, is still there and has like 2 dangling chains, but there is no sign. And then as you go inside, in like probably the corner of the dining area, you'll find a supply closet where you got like candles and a whole bunch of silverware and plates, It's all cleaned and put away, just and covered with linen, so it's still back there. Kitchen, most of it is clean and unused, and then there's kind of like a center table that looks like it was in someone was using it and just cleaned and put stuff away, but it like didn't put it away properly, so you have stuff like all over the table. Upstairs you have 10 bedrooms, a mix of 5 2 occupancy, and then 5 single occupancy. And it looks like it's been cleared of personal effects. So, empty drawers and dressers. Bed is there, it's made. No one has like anything hanging on the wall, and it doesn't look like anyone has like turned the room into like a storage room. Like all their stuff is gone out of the room. At least that you can tell. And I believe I was describing that to Whisper, who I see has had to go. So,
Nope, it was
everyone
Urias.
else. Is it Urias?
Yes.
My apologies. I did it again.
Got lost in the sauce.
I heard flying around and I just thought Whisper. So, brain. Sorry. My apologies. Okay.
I mean, I do
all that,
levitate now, so
knowing all of that, now what?
it makes a decently passable location. Little TLC needed.
As you're saying that, I'm flying around prestidigitating everything, and as I see Flicks settling at the bar, I'm gonna float over and I will put my plague doctor's mask, like I'll hang it over the bar.
What? Should we call this the Raven's Roost? That would probably please a couple of our party members.
I was gonna say, the two that just took off would probably appreciate that. But hey, I mean, if you
I like the name.
if you got Fae hanging around, we could always call it like the Fairy's Flight or something.
True.
Fae and Feather.
That's a good one. And then you can have a little fairy and a raven on the sign.
Yes.
Maybe put like a crown in between them. Or a tree.
If so, a Fae on one side, crow on the other, or raven on the other, a skull underneath them, and a tree growing out of it to represent the life and death aspects of both the Faes.
She's just nodding.
And then just as a little Easter egg, there will be a little winged lizard, like on one of the like branches of the tree. That's for us.
And a bat.
Yes. It's all coming together.
Is there a turd? A turd. Oh my god. Third?
Wow.
Is there a third floor?
So as you go up, you see in the ceiling of the second floor a square frame that implies that it looks to be an attic of sorts.
Well, looking at
So you're gonna open it?
yes.
I believe I heard. Okay, so you open, poke your head in. You see that this ladder comes down, and it is an attic. It looks like you could so mostly stand up in it. It's a little small in some areas as you're kind of there at the peak of the roof. And you do see some just random boxes or crates kind of hiding in the corner back there.
I will hold off on investigating any crates. I am trying to find my pencil. And we'll go back down and go, well, there is some stuff in storage upstairs. Hopefully it's still good, whatever it is.
It's kind of crazy. They gave us portside property.
As you hear like all the noise from the shipping coming, bells and sounds a little noisier than most, but yeah, it's a pretty good, decent property. As you see local sailors and fishermen hanging more around this area, traders, maybe some unsavory looking folks, but nothing that like you get a bad vibe about.
Wow.
It's not like in a dark corner of the capital.
If we do open this up as a tavern, pub, inn, anything of that nature, we should hire some local. I look at the unsavories. Muscle.
At least when
Dependable.
we're not here.
Yes.
I also wouldn't be opposed to making teleportation glyphs in the attic so we have a way to just come back directly to the building.
Is there a cellar? I know a lot of times they would have cellars for storing alcohol.
If this is ocean, if we're close to the ocean, I doubt we're going to have a cellar.
You would be surprised how dumb people can be
So
when building things.
do you go looking around for
Yes.
one? All right. So as you go looking around, there isn't exactly a cellar. It's more a depression. It's still it's not enclosed on the roof. It just lets you down. It looks to be like some sort of temporary cold storage because it's cooler down there, where they have this kind of just open-ish area. So you go down some stairs in the back of the kitchen, and you'll see that there are just it's three sides, three walls. There's no roof overhang, with some just simple wooden shelves. But as you go to the back of the kitchen, you see where behind the bar, you see where there are these wooden racks that fit a standard barrel.
Okay, so we will definitely not be having butts of alcohol.
It wasn't exactly like a bar. It's like tavern-ish. So they had a fair amount of alcohol. But, the primary point wasn't attracting people to just drink.
That's good. Well, I would think that the attic might not be the best spot for the circle. You can mostly stand up, but if, say, we ended up with a bog.
Also, we already have a teleportation circle in the capital, so.
Yes, and I mean, if we had one here, it would be more open to
Invasion.
Yes.
I imagine that
Man
the
can
one.
dream.
Yeah, I imagine the one in the capital is public as well, or protected. at least.
It can't be.
We should probably pick up any necessities as well for us. I didn't put all the platinum in.
So, are you guys gonna rest here or?
Sounds like a good option.
You did say it was evening, right?
Yeah, late afternoon, getting into evening.
I imagine it's evening by the time we finish cleaning the place if it hasn't been used in a while.
More than likely, yes.
The only thing that I would want to do is what I messaged you about, but we can save that for later if necessary.
Uh, yes, I saw your message. We'll have to work that out here because we are getting. Well, I mean, what we go to is we usually go up to 11 though, so I just want to make sure I set this up right. All right, so getting to clicks. So, are you wanting to go traipse about for it, or have it brought to you? What is your objective here?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh,
What you
I would
messaged me.
well, would I be aware of a place in town that sells them? Or in the capital that sells them?
Offhand right now, no. Because I don't
Then I
think.
would probably have to get information about that then.
Yes, you would. So you can go out and ask around. And this could have been either on the way to or right after you guys have taken ownership of the building. So what do you want to do?
Yeah, I'll go. I'm trying to think. Who would probably be who would Flix think would be the smartest idea to go ask for information about the capital?
Out of the party or in general?
Would anybody in the party be any of the people that are currently with us?
Well, I mean, I think they've spent more time than. So most of our early session, a lot of our early sessions were here. So someone in the party may know, or there's a guard up front, and you've got traders across the street. So someone nearby.
I guess I'll ask the guard. It makes sense, I guess.
Okay, so as you fly out, you just see this kind of not just anxious / depressed, slightly depressed looking guard standing out front of the door. Notices you. Yes?
Pardon the disturbance. I just had a question. Would you know of an establishment in the capital that sells mastiffs?
That's a dog, right?
Yeah, a decent sized dog. They're used for mounts or pack mule type animals, but they're rather large for a dog.
He's thinking. Well, we have sells animals specifically. Well,
The pound.
there's on the eastern side, more towards the lower half, outside the gates is a farm that most go get cattle or chickens or their animals. So they may have dogs. I know I've seen dogs there. Whether or not it's mastiff and whether or not they're for sale, I don't know. So you could check there. His name is Farmer John. That's what everyone calls him and what he goes by. Pretty sure he used to be an adventurer. He seems way too capable in handling certain situations. It's very odd. No one's been able to prove it. Not that we're holding it against him in any way, just he seems like more than he is. Anyways, that's Farm John. The other place you could check, I believe there is an exotic pet store. And that is on the other side of the bay. Well, let me say this. On the opposite side than where we are along the bay. And let me get the right tool. I will ping, and they ping over here. And he points like down there. It's by the port because, exotic animals tend to need to be transported. And so it's easier to ship animals if you have a port location. I would try those two places. And if you still can't find it, I guess I could go put an inquiry into the library. They may know of anyone else that is sells animals around the capital.
Thank you. I'll go look into those places, and if you would be so kind as to put in the inquiry as well, just in case, that's much appreciated. If you come up with any information, just have it taken to what would the building be referred to by currently that we're in?
Well, I don't know if anyone is still around that remembers it.
Do we have an address?
What's the street addy?
The street.
It is a city.
It is a city, but I don't know if they really had
I'm
a
sure they
ad.
would. I'm sure they would have the abandoned building, like the previously abandoned building by the port.
Port Road, Building 15, the old abandoned inn. I don't know.
Well, at least amongst the guards, we just called it the old hangout spot because everyone knew what it was and who it was used for, and it didn't give it away as who used to hang out here because don't need people setting traps.
It makes it sound like the place that we just acquired is a den for drug addicts.
Well, I mean, if someone ever figured out who used to hang out here, they might think that it's a great place to try and, harm them because maybe they'll come back and then they'll trap it. And we ran into that when it went by its former inn name. We would just made our lives more difficult as now we'd have to go clear the entire building. Some of us did get hurt. So we just started calling it something different, and that so far has kept issues down. Still have the occasional booby trap show up now and then, but nothing that we can't handle anymore.
Well, whatever it was called before, I believe we agreed it's the out over table. It's Fae and Feather, right? We agree that's the name.
I mean, those of us that are here. I like that name.
So where it's the building, whatever it was called before, we have renamed it the Fae and Feather.
He pulls out.
Take any information there.
He pulls out a piece of parchment and like annotates it as like in a log. It's like, all right, I can do that. It's gonna take a couple of rotations for everyone to get accustomed to it, but it shouldn't take long. You're gonna put a sign up, have one commissioned.
Given the tenacity of my wife, I'm almost sure there will be a sign up soon.
Okay.
While Flix is gone, can I go and look for buying a sign?
Absolutely.
I want him to come back and there's a fucking sign.
I want it to be like, yes, I want it to there. I want to come back before the night is out. I want it to be before I've looked up, even while I'm by the port, because I'm going back over there for possibly if Farmer John doesn't have a Mastiff and I have to go to the exotic place. That's by the port. I want there to be in the background, like I walk down one street to go to the port, and then cut to coming from a different side of the same street is Roslyn with a sign over shoulder. By the way, Farmer John is just an old white human like dude. I'm gonna think he's a mimic. So be forewarned.
Okay.
Oh no.
Is as described. Flick slowly pulls out. Kidding. Unsheathed sword.
All right. So, which way are you headed first? I believe you headed to the farm first. Is that where you wanted to go?
Actually, which way would be closest? I'm sorry. Would the port be the closest? Since I'm probably still right nearby there.
Yes, because you would have to go up the side to get out here at the gates.
Okay, then I will
So
hit
it's
up
easier to
the
just walk across. Yeah.
yeah. I'll hit up the exotics pet shop first. Although I don't know. I think Farmer John's more than likely to have one. But if it's at the exotic place, then hey, my trip is cut short, and I can just head back, or I can go get some equipment for the Mastiff because I'll buy time to make sure that Rosalind can get this sign done.
Whisper had to go. Okay. I was messaging Whisper some items and then just slightly forgot that they had to bounce out. So, as you go to the exotic place, right? That's where you're headed?
Yes, that was the port place, I believe.
All right. So, let me change a color so I can mark this map up. Okay, red. Is it really not going to circle? Guess not. It's just a huge delay on. So, red circle. As you go by yourself down. Again, you see all sorts of shaped, sized ship, different, hailing from different parts of the continent. You at least recognize some of the symbols. Here in the middle, you'll see quite a large warship, a galleon. what I'll describe. At least 3 or 4 floors or decks with what looks like cannons, and you see that the sails, at least the flag, all have the symbols of each kingdom on it combined into one flag. So it shows that it looks like all the countries came together, or kingdoms came together, to provide resources and materials and design into this warship. The other ships do not have. So you have some smaller warships. They either have catapults, trebuchets, or ballista. No cannons on it. So that seems to be the one and only ship with cannons. So as you cross the bridge over and make your way, you get some looks, because I think you're one of the few fairies that anyone here has seen in recent history. So you get these weird stares. The guards, they don't care. They've seen all sorts of manner of creature, so they don't bother you, pester you, ask you questions. They're just like, okay, cool, flying person, fairy, creature. All right, you're not bothering anyone. No one's bothering you, so they're not going to intervene or get in your way. As you finally arrive to this exotic pet store, outside of it, you see a black sign that has a coiled golden snake on the outside of it, and no name, no lettering at all on the sign, just an image. And you see some people in there. Do you go in?
I do a cursory, like a perception to see if I can't see initially, if I can see signs of mastiffs.
Okay. Roll a your perception check.
I got you. 1 second. I had to reload my character real quick. Feet. Wait. And perception. It's gonna let me roll. Come on now. Was that I was able to control myself last time. So I 1 second. I'm just gonna have to slash R1D20 plus 3.
Okay. So you look around and you see they have various exotic looking birds, parrots. So you have red, blue macaws. You see that there is this uh, very bright blue pit viper in a storefront window. You see some sort of flying squirrel creature, some eggs that are just in a locked glass container, and then there, on like the floor, in this red velvet looking fabric bed, is this dark brindle coated mastiff wearing what looks to be some sort of red leather armor that has a saddle on it with what look to be packs.
I will step inside and go and look at the big old guy.
So as you enter, as you open the door, you hear a bell jingle as it swings in, and you see a elven man with white hair, purple uh, clothing. Look, and welcome. This is the Golden Serpent, home to all sorts of exotic and fascinating creatures. What brings you in?
Well, as it so happens, I was given some information that I might be able to acquire a mastiff here, and I peeked in through the window and happened to see this big fella over here.
Okay. He is a prize mastiff from a very well respected hunting background. Loyal, and has probably one of the most beautiful coats I've seen on a mastiff in a long time. And you want him for what? If you don't mind me asking.
Well, I'm gonna be doing a bit of traveling here soon, and I wouldn't mind the company of a pack animal and a mount to ease myself on the journey, because it's a bit of a pain to always have to strip my armor in order to fly, and that's just more energy wasted than walking either or. So I was looking for a companion and a mount.
Well, for the right price, he could be yours. Let's see if. Okay, so I want to try something. He calls the dog over, gives it a whistle. The dog comes over, sits next to him, looking at him, and then to you. And it's like, I want to see if I don't sell to just everyone. That makes sense, because some people aren't, well, they're not animal people. They just want the animal to just want the animal. You, I believe, actually desire and want to take care of your companion. But let's see what the companion has to say. So he wants you to like stick out your hand and let the dog smell your hand.
I'll make sure that I remove any like armored gauntlet that I have exposing bare skin, and I'll reach out my hand.
And I think the closest check I was thinking of, it's like either nature or animal handling. What do you think?
There is an animal handling.
Oh, there is an
Let me see
handling,
one
yep.
second.
Yeah, okay, you're right, there is. For some reason, I thought it was one of those weird skills where it wasn't named, but I am in fact wrong. That's what I get for not playing a character in a long time. Yeah, so no, you have an animal handling. So
I have
I'll
+3 to that.
either animal handling or nature, one of the two.
Let me see which one I'm better in. Animal handling it is.
Okay. And now, yeah, go ahead.
Oof.
Trying to see if Roll20 has a pre-made mastiff sheet I can use real quick for something. But it's taking its sweet old time. Okay, to this thing it is. What'd you roll? Let me see. Oh yeah, I know. I've got the massive sheet pulled up, but I was hoping to if Roll20 had it. Okay, so the mastiff smells. Your hand looks to you, looks at its owner, looks back to you, starts wagging its tail. And he'll kind of do. He'll look to the elf, and he'll give it a nod. And so now the mastiff will get up from sitting and just like wagging its tail, like circle you, flicks. And he'll look. The elf will look to you. Well, he seems to like you. I believe we were selling him for because of his background, his ancestry. 50 gold.
All right.
And so he'll hold out his hand. I assume.
And yeah, Flex will discreetly, I'm kidding, Flex will reach into his bank in his pocket and pull out a small loan of 50 gold.
And he takes it. And then, so what he does, he'll go behind the counter and he'll count the gold real quick and then put it in a lockbox. And then you see him retrieve a small box, open it, and you'll see different types of cut sheets of paper. And he's rifling through it, finds what he's looking for. You see it's got this decorative gold border around it with images of different mastiffs on it. And he asks, well, what is your name?
Flex Falconwish the second.
So he transcribes it, looks to a paper calendar, marks down a day, and then he takes it, puts it on top of the lid of the box, and you see a flashlight where now it copies the paper. And he'll put one back in that box and hand one to you. And on that paper, You see he has transcribed the sale of this mastiff to you. And there is this kind of picture of the dog as you see it now on that piece of paper. And then under it is a blank line. He's like, now you get the honor of naming him.
Hmm.
You don't have to do it.
Flix is gonna just really quickly. He's gonna look at him and kind of in a similar way to what the Mastiff did to him, and like do a little quick circle around him, and he'd be like, he looks like a Beauregard.
He nods. And then he hands you a quill pen. If you'd be so kind and transcribe it.
And Flix will take the quill and write it out on a piece of paper.
Beauregard is now yours. Please treat him well. I would hate to see him in the pound or mistreated. You're very loyal
that
dogs.
will be the last place.
Well, I hope you two have a wonderful time together. And if you ever need anything, in terms of exotic pets, the Golden Serpent will be here for quite a while. Well, we hope. I'm hearing talk of an axolotl. Do you know of what this creature is?
Would Flix know? I personally love axolotls, but would Flix know?
I mean, maybe
Nature check.
I feel like they would be like, yeah, big a nature check. I feel like they'll like Fae realm
Or
ish.
history, you know.
Nature history, whichever you think Flix.
Okay, let me see.
Either like
Let me
spending
see.
time out in the woods or reading about them.
I'm gonna, if history is higher than nature, I'm gonna laugh, but I highly doubt it. 1 second. It's the same. I'm just gonna do a nature check because that makes the most sense to me.
Axolotl
Okay.
seems like a Fae enough creature.
1d20 plus 1. 14.
All right, yeah. You've heard of them. Pretty sure you've run into at least one or two out in your time out in the Feywild.
Oh, those are nice aquatic creatures. Cute little buggers. Look like they don't have too much going on between their eyes.
Well, apparently everyone wants one, and to be as shocked, I don't know. I've never run across these creatures.
If you've ever seen a salamander, they're kind of similar, but salamanders are land dwelling.
Yeah, amphibious. Yeah.
Flix says,
Just be sure to have a good place for them to. They from what I saw, the axolotls don't really prefer being outside of the water. They're primarily like, although amphibious, they are 90% of the time, from what I saw, in the water.
When Flick said the thing about not much going on between the eyes, somewhere Roswin sneezes.
Fae dust.
Oh, there's some of that glitter from the wedding.
Well, after that, Flex will take the paperwork and gently roll it and slide it into his bag of holding. And then he will take the. He was handed a box of stuff as well, right? Or no? You said he
No.
put the paper on a box, and it was the magic printer, the
Yeah,
photocopy.
copier. Yeah, kind of a copier. Yeah, that's the idea.
Yeah. Okay. So then he'll take the paper. Thank the elf again, the elf gentleman. I believe you said gentleman, right?
Yeah.
Okay, and then he'll take Bo and head back. Well, for this will be out like just off screen, so that way we can go to what Roswin was doing, and off screen I will go and get some supplies for Beauregard, some food and like dog bowl, probably a bed as well.
Okay. So, as Flex, you have gone on this like little aside. Rosewind, what were you doing?
I was getting a sign.
A sign aside.
Not to be confused with cyanide.
Or chloroform spray. For your sore throat.
But yeah, I'd probably try and find a place that I could get it like whipped up quick. Some sort of like boat working place nearby that like I could throw a lot of money at to make me a sign real quick with some of their wood scrap.
So yeah, there's a repair.
Yo, if I get the sign made out of like old boat parts, it'll have like a rustic vibe. The sailors will dig it. I'm a genius.
So there's a repair dock, and you see a bunch of workers. Someone's working on repairing a line. You have people sewing up sails. You hear carpenter beating on a side of a ship, trying to fix a hole. So, and there are all sorts of workers in this dock.
I'm gonna scan real quick and see if there's anybody that looks like floor manager or whatever, you know,
You
a
see
foreman, if you will.
all right, so you see this like middle-aged human man having what looks to be ship's blueprints, and he's just talking over with some of the tradesmen there.
I would approach him, wait for him to finish his discussion, raise a hand in greeting, and go, "Might I be able to commission one of your carpenters for a task I'm sure they'd be able to get done really quickly?"
He just like heavy sigh. He just turns, is like, you don't look like a sailor or a ship's captain."
No, I just acquired the old inn down the street, and we were wanting to put up a sign. Hopefully, sometime in the near future, we'll be open for business again.
Huh. No. We all wondered what went on in there. There's always a guard posted. We never seemed, I wouldn't say unwelcoming, but we weren't supposed to be going in there, so So,
Yeah, I don't know. We didn't hear too much before we acquired it, but we've been working for Matthias. So, adventurers, you know. But it was kind of
Good.
like gifted to us as like what's a good word for that? Like an eminent domain or something?
Well, didn't they already own it?
It was abandoned. So, are you here? What? Are you in my head?
Sorry, I was replying to the question asked of what word should I use?
Oh, that was just what I was saying. But yeah, we were hoping to get a sign thrown together real quick. You know, maybe if you've got an old ship's steering wheel, we could throw it in the middle of the sign. I was thinking, you know, with the inn being right on the port, I could maybe run a discount for sailors and stuff, you know?
that, yeah, you could do that. Just, we're a little bit of a rowdy crowd, so hope you know what you're getting yourself into there.
No, you know. And
And Rom,
I figure, you
you,
know,
you're,
as well as, and I'll put like a platinum piece down on the table, as well as the payment, you know, I figure we can throw a drink on the house in as well.
he just looks at you, and that, and back to you. Yeah, so about that sign,
Yeah, I'm sure you got a set of hands you can throw my way, right?
absolutely. And he's like, Marcus! And you hear, he's like, ah. And the ship where the guy repairing the hull is. So you see him like get up, go down a gangplank, and come down. He's like, yeah, boss. Yeah, it's late. We're already behind schedule. And he just turns like, help her with the sign immediately. Use whatever materials you want.
I'll just grab a nearby, like I'm sure because you said there's like he's at a table. I'll grab like a nearby like piece of scrap paper, use my pen and like draw up what was discussed with the group.
Okay. And so as you draw it, the carpenter is like, okay, yeah. And paints? What color paints? And he's like, hang on. And he pulls out this little wooden disc. And on the disc, you see it's a circle, and it has divided into triangular slices with then a smaller circle dividing all of them, and you have different color shades, or different shades of color. That's what I'm looking for. And you see these alphanumeric little codes on it. So it'd be like 1A, 1B, 1C.
She'll like figure out the colors, and then like on the sheet that she drew it up on, she's just gonna like write like a single digit number in different spots, and then on the side she'll make a little legend with the single digit number paired up with the number for whatever paint goes where.
So he takes it, and it's like, is this like the right now price? Or is this like get in line? And the foreman's like, nope, it's the right this fucking now price. He's like, oh, it's okay. He's like, okay, so just, yeah, I'll have it to you here in a couple of hours, I guess. Just looks at the foreman like, what the fuck is going on?
She just smiles at him and goes, I'm the queen of the Feywild.
He just looks at you like, what, seriously?
I imagine she turns as she says it and starts flying away just to leave him in the moment.
It's like, you just hear, what the fuck is going on? And you see the foreman, he's like telling people, basically he's going to go get more workers to work overtime because of what you paid him, because he can now afford overtime.
You can now
He's
afford
just
enough
like-
people to do the job.
And he's just like, what the hell's going on? And you just like see like all these people coming, like all the workers like stop because they're kind of watching all of this go down. And they all like stop what they're doing and go just talk. And they're like, you just hear like some like excited yells. People just running. You see like one like very tired yet seemingly now energetic sailor run past you, Rosewind. He's like, so many people. And he's like trying to go get, it sounds like he's trying to go get more of his friends to come down there to the dock to work.
Man, somebody must be throwing a party somewhere.
So
I know ships cost a lot, but 10,000 gold, that's got to be like a month's worth of income for that business at least.
yeah, it was a lot for them. So, as you find your way, I imagine by this time, you all meet back up at the inn. Now, is your intent to have the sign done before nightfall, Rosewind?
Yeah.
Okay. So he knows where the carpenter knows where it's going. Did you want it before you met up with Flix? I think I heard that.
Yeah, I think that it would be funny to either have him come back and I've just finished hanging up the sign, or like we're both coming back at the same time, depending on how long it took to get it made.
So I'll hit the fast forward button for a minute as the sign is made, and have you just probably hanging out there for a minute as you see this very tired and messy. You see like different paints all on the carpenter's hands and shirt. As he runs up, he's like, "What do you think?" And he presents to you the sign that you commissioned.
Wonderful. You wouldn't happen to know anybody I could hire to look after the place while we're gone, do you? Someone reliable?
Yeah, I mean, and he points to there's a whole group of sailors down here that are always looking for work. I don't think any of the old staff that was here is around. You know, you need a good cook, good bartender. Two different people, because cook will keep your inn going. Sailors like good food. They don't. You have good food, you'll always have customers. Good, reasonably priced food. None of that hoity-toity truffle crap.
So I need a barkeep, and I need a wait, like a hand, like someone to help him with cooking and everything, and then I should probably also get somebody to sort of run house and keep track of money and stuff, huh?
Yeah, let me talk through the tradesmen. I think I know a couple of cooks. Do you have any other requirements other than you know how to cook? Like just I know a couple guys that might be missing a leg or two. Great cooks, just they can't do certain things. If that doesn't bother you, think we could find the right group for you.
Make sure they're trustworthy, but I also want some people with character. So, like,
Character we got. Trust. It's fair. I mean, sailors hit and miss.
hey, you can tell them I'm good for the money.
Let me see what I can do.
I know that talks.
Well, obviously you're good for the money. I have not seen that force. Yeah, I haven't seen him so excited in it's like counting a couple years. So
And I appreciate your help with this additional matter, and I'll hand him 5 gold.
it's like yeah. And he just like makes sure his boss isn't looking and puts it in his coin purse.
Is this back at the
Yes.
At
This
Fae
is
and Feather?
out front.
You might want to go a touch lighter. I tell Rosewind, you're going to draw attention of the
Well.
unsavory sort.
Well, we've got most of the money on us. I mean, I'll leave pay for whoever we hire, but hard to steal. I mean, if they steal anything, it'll be our profits, and it's not like we really need that. More than anything, I think giving people a good, especially somebody who's lost a leg, somebody a good job, and having people to watch the place. So, at the very least, we've got people who probably won't steal our carriage.
I meant with your tip.
Oh. I don't know. What else am I going to spend it on?
Out of character, I knew a one-legged chef, and he was a really good chef and a great guy. He was just like, I think he might have been a pirate, the way that he acted. He always rolled around in his wheelchair. He had a prosthetic leg. I think I saw him wear it once.
I knew both a blind and a deaf carpenter.
You know what else this place needs? We need to put up a community board.
Like an adventurer's guild would have.
Yeah, but I mean, just like leave it open or whatever, and put it out in front of the building so nobody feels like they have to come in either. But it'll bring people around.
Are we going to need to put up a permanent door to a demi-plane for our offices?
I mean, I think I can visit after everything's all settled, like once a week or something. I don't know. I got plane shift.
Oh. I would say Flicks. By this time you're coming back. Sign in hand with Rosewind, either being put up or put up already.
There's a brief moment where I see the dog, and like you see a flash of like me remembering being in the wolf's mouth for a second as I look at the dog, and then it like dissipates, and I go, "Oh, you made a new friend."
Yeah, this is Beauregard. You can call him Beau if you want, but I felt like having a personal mount on our upcoming journey would be nice, and also to have a companion and a guard dog for the tavern, or for the inn. It's always nice to have a nice inn dog.
Ah, yes.
Better than an outdog.
I'm gonna teach it to bite you. I'm kidding. I would never do that.
At least you didn't get a mangy wog.
No, this boy right here is purebred, and I will pull out the paperwork.
You see this very fancy, it's like a receipt of sales / birth certificate. It has like, you see that there is this family lineage. It's not like what you would think is like a family tree laid out exactly, but you see like different types of mastiffs, and they have the lines connecting each other. But it's very well inked on there. It looks kind of like a painting almost, and then that like almost living image of Beauregard with his name there and inked on. You see Flix's signature and the sale date. So, are you hanging that sign up?
Yeah, I'm sure I've been like shouting from like linking the chain in.
As you're trying to put it all together.
Yeah, I'm sure I had to like turn into a normal sized person for this one.
Probably. And the wood's very dense. I mean, it's made for ships, not your standard house. So it's a little denser, a little thicker, a little more robust.
And I'll go, look, I made him put an old steering wheel in the middle of it.
Nice. It is incredibly well made for something on rather short notice. I'm assuming you paid them overly well.
She's gonna just go, you know, I bet Gello would love this.
Yeah, I think he would. I will have the while I was gone, the stuff that I will have gotten is like dog bed, and 2 dog bowls, food and water bowl, and assorted food and such. But I'm gonna go put Bo's bed inside and get him set up with some food and water for the night, and then if you need any help hanging that up, I'll be right back.
So, as you go inside the tavern, you notice it's awfully cold. Oh, excuse me, you're the Fae and Feather. As you start setting up the bed, do you want to light a fire?
Is there a fireplace? Yeah,
there is.
I will use my druid craft to.
Wait.
Oh.
I'm gonna check the chimney before we start a fire.
Oh, yeah, we don't want to light this bee up.
1 second, real quick. Let me check my spells, cause
Why don't I just wrap you in a felt-like material and you just go through the chimney like a little dust bunny?
I don't want to get dirty.
That's why I'm wrapping you in a felt-like material. You'll look like a soot sprite by the time you're done.
I am going to use.
Ignore that.
I am going to use Mage Hand. I'm gonna cast Mage Hand, and I will like have my Mage Hand like go up and like scrape through the chimney as it goes, and just like throw whatever's in there out the top.
Okay, so as you go through there, there's just a okay collection of just soot. Nothing that was not a blockage, no bird's nest, no animal's nest. Looks like it was cleaned before, but you know, it's been a while. So
And then I'll cast Create Bonfire.
No, that is big. You don't need to do that. I can just druid craft. A bonfire is big.
5-foot cube.
That's a chimney is a 1 foot cube.
Is it?
Yeah, chimneys are small. Chimneys aren't a big space. A bonfire is like that's a person, a 5 foot, like that's bigger than both mine and yours characters standing on head to head. Like that's
Firebolt.
yeah, you were just like fireball. But I will use my druid craft to light a small it has the ability to light a campfire, which is far smaller than a bonfire.
Yes. So you can create your little campfire as it starts to go. You put a bed out.
I will position it
Beauregard.
like towards the side of the fireplace, so he'll still be able to bask in the warmth. And I'll also put his food bowl and some water from our never-ending water thingies that we have bought and talked about 100 times. And his dinner for the night will be like actual like dog food, but then I will have bought him a big ham bone, and I will put that on in there as well.
Okay.
Did you say 300 for the decanters?
I
Yes.
think so. Yes. So just let me know who's buying what, and you can via Discord message, please, so I can get to you in a timely manner. So as you're tending to the fire, and setting up Bo's bed, what is everyone else doing as we are wrapping up the night?
I think Urias would just find the bedroom that suits him the best.
Okay.
Probably the darkest, the most vampire appealing.
So you find in the far eastern side of the second floor this kind of cool, dark. This room has no windows whatsoever. It's just a room.
Perfect.
Simple poster bed and a little chest of drawers.
Then that is the
So-
one I will set up as my room.
Okay, so as you're making a room, Rosewind, what are you up to?
You said there's like a small attic space, right?
Yeah.
Is there a window up there?
There is a window on each side. It's like a small circular window.
All right, I'm gonna go to whichever side is like further away from like the entry to the attic area, and I'll set up like a little area next to that circular window, like with my hammock, and like hang some flowers and stuff.
So as you go there, that will be on the western side of the house, so the complete opposite end, and it's a nice clear, and where the window is placed has this almost perfect shot for moonlight to come in through. So it has this, it fills 3/4 of the window, but at an angle, so you're not like blinded by it, but it lights up a fair amount of area around you, if you can visualize that.
Oh yeah, I'm sure I'm drawing on the walls too.
Sure. I'll assume Whisper will find a Whisper-approved room. And that then just leaves Flix. Are you going to hang out down there by the fire with Beauregard?
For like probably just for the initial bit, like, and after, like, we'll probably all have dinner and something like that. But once it actually gets to to like night to go to bed, he'll find a room that's closest to the like main area, and he'll take Bo into the room with him as well, just to have him get used to being around him. And yeah, he'll just find a nice little, nothing too fancy. He's not really one for overly elegant things. He may be a king, but he's not really used to the title yet.
So, as I want you to make a perception check as you go get Beauregard while you're looking at the fire. Flicks.
I shall. That is +3. /R. Dice just love me today. I just love low rolls, guys.
That's okay. So, you notice it. Not quite sure how long it's been there or if it was even there in the first place. But you see between the logs this piece of very clear, crisp piece of parchment in the middle of the fire. And it has, on the outside of it, I'll have, it says 2 and then Flicks written onto it.
I I assume that there would be like next to a fireplace, like the whole set of like the poker, the tongs used to stoke the like fire and stuff like that.
Yeah, there's a ring set of tools. So you have a
Okay.
poker, tongs.
And then he'll use the tongs to grab the paper out of the fire.
Okay.
And then he'll like touch it to see if it's hot.
It feels cool to the touch, the paper.
All right, he'll take it in hand and then read it.
Okay. So it says, "To Flicks, you have been cordially invited to visit Le Biblioteca Diabli. You are no doubt excited to receive such an honor, and I await your arrival. Simply reach out while holding this letter and knock upon the air 3 times, and its door shall appear before you. Do make haste, as I require your assistance. You will be greatly rewarded. Urius Brendel and his elder counterpart will be very interested in my proposal. Signed, with love, Heir," spelled H-E-I-R.
Reading that part about Urius the Elder, he's going to sigh slightly and like be like, well, now I have to go talk to somebody else. He'll go look for who's the active one right now?
The Elder.
Okay.
I forgot I muted because I was eating an apple.
Then Flix will go and find Urius and uh, go to the room that he probably will have seen, and or just take a wild guess at the darkest edgelord room that he can find.
Hello.
For
No.
go ahead.
I was assuming he found me finally, eventually. There's only so many rooms. Hello. May I help you? Flix.
I will then hold out the paper and I was going to get Beauregard to take him to my room for the night, and I eyed this parchment in the fire. It was unharmed, and when I pulled it from the fire, it was cool to the touch. But it's an invitation to a place that I will not try to attempt to pronounce, and it mentioned that you would be interested in the offer.
I see. Yes, it has been a few centuries.
So,
As I
Urius,
look
do you
around.
read? Do you read the letter?
Yes.
So, as you notice, the ink being in this very fine gold says to Urius, you have been cordially invited to visit Le Biblioteca Diablii. You are no doubt excited to receive such an honor, and I await your arrival. Simply reach out while holding this letter and knock upon the air 3 times, and its doors shall open before you. Do make haste, as I require your assistance. You will be greatly rewarded. You and your younger counterpart will be very interested in my proposal. Signed, with love, Air. Air is spelled H-E-I-R. And I will, so both Flix and now soon to be Urius in Discord, I am copying and pasting the words.
I also just refriend requested you.
Oh, that's weird.
My brain. I had to get a new account.
No worries. All good.
My old one got stolen.
Okay.
The library of the demonic. Interesting. Shall we go?
Let's go get Roswin first. I think we should have the group involved, unless this do you are what's the limit on this? Like, if I knock 3 times and there's more people, is there going to be some sort of demonic library bouncer that's going to stop us at the gate or something?
I wouldn't be surprised if it only let those invited in. Such is common amongst these invitation types, regardless of who sends them. But it would be wise to tell them we will be gone for a while.
All right. Well, let me you go find Whisper and let them know, and I'll go let Roswin know.
I will do that.
I go to the attic.
I'll be in my hammock, like, drawing trees on the wall on either side of the window.
I'll walk up and clear my throat as I walk over. Hey, something came in the fireplace. A letter, it seems. I've been invited to some sort of demonic library along with Urius. And I will show Roswin the letter as well.
So, Rosalind, and something perhaps Flix may recall is the letter seemed to have changed some words. So now when Rosalind reads it, it says, "To Rosalind, you've been cordially invited to visit La Biblioteca Diablii. You are no doubt excited to receive such an honor, and I await your arrival. Simply reach out while holding this letter and knock upon the air 3 times, and its door shall appear before you. Do make haste, as I require your assistance. You will be greatly rewarded. Urius Brindle and his elder counterpart will be very interested in my proposal. Signed, with love, Air," spelled H-E-I-R. And I will copy that and put it in a Discord message to you.
This gotta be a trap, right?
You also notice that the verbiage is all written in gold inked lettering.
You said that it said it invited you, but this says my name when I read it.
Huh.
And it's the same letter.
Well, Urius didn't communicate that it said Urius was invited, because since the letter already mentioned Urius, I had assumed that he was already invited. So I didn't know that it changed with Urius.
What do you think it
Well,
means that somebody in a demonic library needs our help?
well, that is a question.
The specification that the Uriuses would like it, do you think this could be a solution to what's going on with them?
Possibly. It could also pertain to that. So since it says that it's there, they would be interested in the deal. It may have to do with it.
Well, if there's one thing that I know I learned from my father, it's not to trust demons.
I don't trust
We
them
all
very well either. Maybe this is a Urius thing.
Are we all going to meet up before we? I'm assuming we're all meeting up before we knock, and we're not going to knock until the next session.
I would assume that would be the correct.
So I would.
All right. Well, I'm willing to examine what exactly is going on here, especially if it's going to help our friend. But at the first sign of any sort of trouble, we're getting the hell out of there, whether it's through Urius's magical whole scarf bullshit, or I'll plane shift us. But
Well, I will, I guess, meet back up. I will knock on Rosewind's door.
well,
2 voices come in.
I informed Whisper that we were invite. You look confused, Rosewind,
mm,
and concerned.
I don't know about well, maybe slightly confused. It's a little mystical, magical, but like demons, you know. But
I've met a few.
I'm willing to see what the hell's up with this, especially if it has something to do with fixing what's going on with motions at her head.
Your crown.
No, your head.
Oh, yes. But just because it's La Biblioteca d'Oblai doesn't mean that it is ran by demons. It just means that it deals with things about demons. Though it could still be ran by demons.
I'll spin my staff and like click it against the ground. I'm ready with a plane shift, if need be. Either way.
You're going
Already?
Well, yeah, I can't let you guys go and get lost.
Yes, but Blix and I were the ones on the invitation.
It says my name when I read it.
We might want to drag Whisper along then and see if it works for him as well.
And real
After he
quick,
reads it.
Urius Flix wasn't on your invitation.
I know, but Blix talked about being invited and showed it to me. So
I was the first person to find it, and it was originally addressed to me.
So it is apparently enchanted to only show certain text to certain readers.
Well, let's figure out what it does, huh? Knock, 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 right?
Shall we get Whisper?
Yeah, might as well. He might be confused otherwise.
Whisper will be with you. So, Rosalind, are you holding the letter and knocking?
I would assume we would all probably hold a corner? Just to make sure.
There is 4 of us. This probably looks funny as hell, though.
Also, we will likely be going to the Abyss, if this is something demonic that is run by a demon, or a demiplane related to it. Demons of the Abyss. Devils of the 9 Hells. Then there's the other lower realms.
So, Rosewind, you're knocking?
Yeah, I
Did I catch
imagine
that
we all grab a corner and we all knock at the same time.
Not 3 times on the ceiling if you want
So,
me.
As funny as that probably looks.
So you knock 3 times, as per the letter, holding the letter. You hear the sound of knocking on a hardwood door as it echoes. And these doors then appear 12-foot high, arched double doors made of red wood with golden trim that appear in an instant of flame. And as it opens, you just see a bright glow of fire on the inside.
I will step in.
Before Urius steps through, I cast pyrotechnics.
Okay.
And my wrestler intro music starts playing?
Da 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 da!
I think it'd be a little closer to Undertaker than John Cena.
Sorry, I'm just looking at choose an area of flame you can see within 5-foot cube. Fireworks.
It does
yeah?
specify
That's pretty cool.
non-magical, so if they're magical flames, it doesn't work.
Unknown. But for the sake of argument, let's just say your pyrotechnics works.
Fireworks!
Well, the fire's not magical. That's a good sign.
And then I give a thumbs up for Urias to go through.
And I do.
It's 1,
I'll follow.
2,
I'll follow as well.
and then Whisper will follow in behind Flix as the party enters La Biblioteca Diablii. And Nico is curled up with Whisper as they both enter. So,
We
party,
see
including Nico, inside.
All right. I'm so tired. Okay. As you all enter, the bright lights from the glow of flames y'all couldn't see subsides, temporarily blinding you all, where you all have to cover your eyes as you step through, and you hear the doors shut behind you. And as you readjust to your surroundings, you find yourselves in a waiting room. It's hardwood floors. You see braziers lit along the walls. You see chairs lining the walls with red velvet seats, Victorian-esque paintings all over the place. And standing between you and a hallway that leads further in is a small little closet with a bow tie. And he does a little bow. And he says, "Well, welcome to La Biblioteca Diaboli. I am Leaky, and my master is waiting for you." And he gestures inside.
possibly dealing with a wizard.
I'm going to give Leaky a wide berth just in case that name is there for a reason. But I'll follow.
And he just like stays in a bow as you all pass by him. You walk down this hallway, still with the hardwood floors. It's narrower than the waiting room, with just paintings just depicting Victorian era vestiges of like lust and passion and love and all that. And you step into a very, very large circular room, just with the circular walls lined with, 20-foot bookcases just all over. And you see that it goes further up like 3 more stories. It's just this massive library. And in the center, on a lounging sofa, is a nude human man with a sheer red layered cloth draped over him, just laying back with a book in one hand, leaning on the other arm, reading the book. He closes it, tosses it aside as you see it like just disappears into a flame.
Were we supposed to be naked?
And he just looks at you all and is like, I'm so glad you found my invitation. Welcome to La Biblioteca Diaboli.
I will quietly whisper, likely an incubus.
Oh, Elder, your sense of humor has certainly not dried up.
I look at him. Do I recognize him?
No.
I tend to try to keep myself fresh.
I wish to thank you all for answering my summons. As you see, I have a bit of trouble that I myself cannot solve. But all of you are hardy adventurers, even though you seem to be 2 people short. But that's okay.
They had a important mission.
Oh, I'm well aware. There's a thing about love that even the end of the world cannot stand between. And I most certainly admire that about them. He kind of stares off in the distance behind you. As much as I wish I would have met the 2 of them, they have more important matters to attend to. But I have a problem. You have a solution to that problem. And I have a solution to yours. And that's where we're going to end tonight's session. Doug, would you like to tell them what's going on?
Surprise! So, it was brought up that Eldon and Mary's characters were going to take a break, and it was proposed that perhaps Derek be a guest DM on this little mini arc that we're doing while this break is going on, and it will align somewhat with what we're doing in terms of what was discussed at the Capitol. It'll tie in to an arc, and I will be a player of sorts. But if there's any conflicting questions, lore-wise or mechanics between Derek and I, will handle it. But Derek will be running this little mini arc, and I will be doing lots of work with him to make sure we clean up any loose ends or questions.
I'm going to have even more art to do than I thought.
No, I've never done a guest DM before. I've seen it done before, so I hope no one's too upset about the direction we're going. It's not the whole thing. It's a mini arc, so I'm free to talk to. Just let me know. Yeah, I'm kind of excited. I haven't played a character in a long time, so this will be cool.
Yeah, I thought this would be a good chance for you to do so and take a little bit of a break from DMing.
Yeah, and see what, and part of it, world building this, and if at the end of the day everyone's happy or wants to come back to Altruix to play again and with some modification, is a good way to start some foundational lore. Characters that, may be seen again at some point.
Oh yeah, I have a whole fucking background for this guy. I'm not going to give any of you guys anything about him. other than this was a character idea I had for when Eldon died. If he had died like a lot earlier, that he was going to join the party, but lore wise, he's a bit too powerful for a player character.
Well,
So,
it sounds
It's
like
cool
it's
if I have my dog with me, right?
I'm fine with if Derek is.
I don't care.
Cool.
I'm just gonna let you know. I don't pull my punches like Doug does.
You know, they say all dogs go to heaven, but you dragged this one to hell.
This is when we see Flicks turn into John Wick.
No, I'm gonna just all right. I mean, I'm just not gonna.
I'm not going to be aiming to hurt your dog, but if you put
No,
your
I just
dog
really
in,
wish that I would have I wouldn't have done any of that RP right now if I would have known we were like I feel like I just wasted my time, but it's what.
I mean, you knew you were going to be going into combat
I
at some
was
point.
under the assumption that we were about to go on a travel through a desert. That's what we were literally planning for. So
I've got a
I
feeling we're
literally
still going to be going there pretty quickly.
Yeah, Doug did say it ties into what we had discussed, so.
Yeah. Now, my question is your dog just like a mount, or is it more than that?
it has full combat stats. It can be used as a pack mule. It can pull carriages, but
So, I mean, it's up to you if you want to bring your dog on this or not. I will say at the end of this, y'all will reappear at the inn again, somewhere else if y'all choose.
You know who else we gotta get to this inn? We gotta get Cotton-Eyed Joe.
The goblin.
And isn't Cotton Eye Joe a possum folk?
No, he's a goblin.
Oh,
He's
yeah,
the goblin in the cage that we found in the hag's hut.
that we've definitely been remembering to feed.
Oh, I left him with Zeratol. I think
Oh, yes.
several sessions back we confirmed he's been running around screaming in Zeratol's halls.
I'm heading to bed.
Well, it seems like this is a problem, so I guess we'll just
I
Not
messaged
do
him to think and to talk to Derek, to you and I. So, give him a second to sleep and think on it, and I guess we'll try and talk to him.
I mean, if he's not down for it, then he's not down for it. And I'll just take a break with Kita.
Okay.
Thank you to anybody who tuned in. Appreciate y'all. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, all that fun jazz. Sorry about that end note there, but we'll figure it out. Always do. Have a good one until we see you next time.